we have Feroz Aziz, Joint CEO at Anand Rathi Wealth, also joining us. Feroz, do you see an impact coming into the market once Jane Street is back in trading?
I personally think, of course, volumes have come down. Of course, I think Jane Street coming or not coming may not have too much of an impact, but it'll have an impact on the skews of expiry day, point one. Point two, I think the July 1st circular, which is a very good circular, will definitely have certain impacts. The July 1st circular, which is a first of its kind, which SEBI has put out, and that's most welcome being a derivative trader for the last 20 years. I would say we've moved from notional values to delta values. So coming back to your pointed question, whether Jane Street being allowed to trade, will it have a large impact on the volumes? The answer is no. Will it have expiry day skews if HFTs, high frequency traders, have certain strategies? Will it change the skew? Skew is nothing but the volatility at which out of the money options are priced. That is going to change for sure if large volumes HFTs are to be traded again. Third, I personally think that Jane Street's position on this would be saying that if I have a cash position and if I have a derivative position, if one of them makes a loss, the other makes a profit, that's called a hedge, right? So what's illegal in that is what I think if they ever challenge, like Sandeep Bhai said, that will be the grounds on which I would preempt a derivative trader will challenge, saying that एक market में नुकसान होना, दूसरे में फायदे होने को तो प्यार से hedge करते हैं. That's one. And the one thing which I think SEBI has been warning, I think what is the key takeaway for a market participant is SEBI has been warning that derivative people are losing money. There is a systemic reason why people are losing money. More people are losing money and lesser people are making more money. That is because most derivative traders don't understand Black-Scholes pricing model. It is like dealing in a stock fundamentally and not knowing what is discounted cash flow, right? But what I've met SEBI professionals in this context, and I would say they are the sharpest guys, very, very contrary to my perception before I had stepped into SEBI's office. Very, very sharp. And I'm sure whatever they're doing is the most sensible because we have very little data of the case. They know my position before I do. That's how sharp they are. So I'm very, very happy. Whatever steps they take are the ones which are in the right direction is what my confidence is after having some first-hand information of the professionals who are handling this.
Feroz, you spoke about the July 1st circular. Now, what it does also is that it brings down the overall positions that a trader can hold because of the delta trading restrictions which comes into play. Because earlier, before Jane Street order, there used to be huge positions that which were there on both the sides, and netting off never used to happen, and that's creates some kind of volatility. Do you see that volatility will not be there now, and because there are restrictions on intraday positions as well as end of the day positions, the volumes will, even though the HFTs will be there, but it's not going to create a havoc with respect to the kind of volatility or premiums moving in any one direction?
I think the circular has different impact on different kinds of options. Because we were in notional before, notional by which I mean if tomorrow Thursday is an expiry, which it is, the lowest put option is 22,950. The price of that put option as we speak would be 1 rupee. But the notional value of that is for 1 lakh quantity, it is 230 crores approximately. So before 1st of July, a Feroz as an individual was not allowed to buy more than 2.25 lakh put options of 22,950 naked. Okay, that's what notional meant, because the value of a notional is still 22,950 multiplied into the quantity, and there was a restriction of 500 crores. Now we have spoken of it being 500 crores of delta. If I have to look at the delta of this option, delta is nothing but the correlation of the option price with the underlying. The delta is negligible. So Feroz today, instead of 2 lakh, can do almost 50 lakh quantity and still not breach his 500 crore limit. So in the world, NSE is the largest derivative contract-wise, not value-wise. So contracts might go up, value of delta might come down. That's what I personally believe. Second, only one thing in this circular which is so desired, and I'm sure at an appropriate time, knowing SEBI officials being so smart, will do it is monitoring this on an intraday basis. I don't think the intraday limits have come on the index options. So index options are separate, futures are separate, stock options are separate. So there is going to be some action on stock options, in my opinion, logically. And that's what I would say is the logical next step. And intraday monitoring, I don't think the infrastructure is there, is why they're not monitoring it intraday. But if high frequency traders have to be restricted on very large one side positions, intraday becomes more important than end of day.